Alright guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another Marvel Cosmic Invasion video. This time we have something really big, probably the most ambitious and probably the longest video I've ever made, because today we're gonna try to tackle which villains and which bosses are going to be in Marvel Cosmic Invasion. Now, we're gonna gather all the information we have from the game, whether it be things from the comics, what we already seen in trailers, and just speculation. Some of these things are gonna be just my own. Some of these are literally things that I've seen in trailers and I'm gonna like show you on the screen. But this is gonna be big, alright, because there are a lot of levels, and if we go by the way TMNT Shredder's Revenge was, if we take that game as the blueprint, they had at the end of each level they had a boss. If we go by that same logic, that means that in Marvel Cosmic Invasion, the whole 15 levels we have, at the end of each level there's gonna be a different boss. That's gonna be crazy. Now, in my opinion, in beat 'em ups and in general in a lot of other games, I feel like boss battles are like the most important. Like, let me just tell you about myself. In TMNT Shredder's Revenge, I didn't know a lot of the bosses there. I didn't know like a lot of the lore of TMNT, but they were the most memorable thing. Like, still now, when I think about TMNT Shredder's Revenge, I think about the boss battles, just to show you like how important boss battles in, beat 'em ups, because, in a beat 'em up you just go around, you fight the same bad guys over and over again, maybe some different kind of bad guys, but like having a boss that has a lot of health and you have to use like different tactics to beat him, that's, in my opinion, what makes beat 'em ups really, really fun. Just you have like that build up when the level begins and then you finish off with the boss. So without further ado, let's try to tackle this. So we have 15 levels. The way we're gonna do this is I'm gonna go through the ones that we know, and I'm gonna show you on the screen things that I feel like are very likely. Some of these are like 100%, and we're gonna try even to figure out which level is gonna be. So like we're gonna go like level by level trying to figure out. So the first thing we're gonna go is just the one that's like confirmed, okay? So the confirmed boss is 100% is gonna be Beetle. This is the first boss. We see him in the game in the first level, I believe. We're gonna go through that a bit later. Taskmaster is the second boss. I believe the Helicarrier level is gonna be the second level, but we're gonna see that later. Annihilus obviously has to be there. Annihilus is the big villain of the game. He's gonna 100% be the main villain of the end of the game, so we can put him at level 15. Thanos, I'm pretty sure we're gonna fight. I'm not exactly sure because we do see him in a background. I'm going to show you guys that picture in one of the trailers, so I think there's a good chance we're going to see him. Also, we do see Galactus in the background. We actually see him in the background of 2 levels. One of them I think is actually going to be a different boss, which I'll get to. And Hela we see as well in the latest trailer, when we see all the characters just flying through there, walking through her. So those are the 100% guaranteed. Some other ones I think are Sauron. I think you call him Sauron, yeah. You can see him in one of the trailers. I'm not exactly sure if it's exactly a boss. I believe it is, because in the Marvel characters, he's not just a goon. So it makes sense for him to actually be a boss. So that's another one we definitely have to keep and think about it. And another one would be Sentinel. Now, Sentinels are obviously goons. They are always been goons, but we can see in one of the trailers, we can actually see, seems like a boss for Sentinel, right? We can see like Galactus in the background. That's why I think there's going to be 2 levels where you're going to see Galactus. One of them is going to be this green one, where you probably see on the screen, where it's a green background and you see Galactus in the background, and we can definitely see a Sentinel that's bigger. And then the second level is going to be the red level, where we see Galactus in the background, and hopefully we're going to fight Galactus. So that's all the ones that are 100% guaranteed. And now let's try to go for the characters I think could be there. So there are a lot of other bosses and a lot of villains we can think about regarding who's going to be in this game. I think some of the ones I feel like are very high likely to be there. One of them would be the Super Scroll. I think, the Scroll was a big part of the actual comic, and it was a part of like Nihilus's, gang, so that would make a lot of sense. Ronan, I think, could be a very high likely chance as well, because he is also part of the Annihilation comic books, and we actually have a Kree level, which I will get to. Other characters I feel like could be there, maybe Ultron if they want to go crazy. Ego, the Living Planet, would be really, really cool, and like maybe, Doctor Doom or like Dormammu. These are all like some of the stuff I throw. So without further ado, let's actually try now to get into the actual list. So this is my list. This is the way I think the levels are gonna be, and I'm not sure like how all the levels are gonna be, but you're gonna see what I think and kind of how we're gonna go around to think about it. Alright, so the first level I think is the street level that we see Spider-Man, that we seen that level in the trailer a lot. I feel like this is going to be the first level where we're gonna fight Beetle. Then second level is going to be on the helicarrier where we fight Taskmaster, right? Third level, another level maybe is going to be the jungle level where we're going to fight Sauron. Now from here, this is where things kind of become a bit weird. I put Loki as one of the villains. I don't know which level we're going to fight him, but I feel like Loki maybe has like a decent chance of being there. Another level we know we have guaranteed is Decree level, the blue level you probably see, which has like the Decree mask. I think Ronan has a good chance of being there. I feel like that makes sense. Now we do have this weird level where we see Rocket in like this underground robot place. I feel like this could actually be Ultron, maybe, you know, if they want to go for like a cool robot level, you know, to put Ultron in. This could work, we don't know, but you know, I feel like this is something could work. 100% we're gonna have a level of Asgard. We can see it in the trailers where Better Ray Bill is on the Bifrost, so that's 100%. We can also see like the tree, the life tree in the background, so that's 100% gonna be where Hela is. We can even see it in the trailer where our heroes are like confronting Hela in the tree. So that's 100%. We are going to get Hela in Asgard. I think that's 100% certain. Another character they could go with, maybe having, like I said already before, Ego, the Living Planet. They could have him in a space, kind of big open space, maybe like in the TMNT game where you are flying. So maybe that's going to be their flying levels, you know, in space. That would be really cool. Now another level, like we said, it's going to be Sentinel. I think Sentinel 100% like a boss Sentinel, you know, what we see Galactus in the background, that's I think gonna be like a good chance. Super Skrull, like I said, I think makes a lot of sense for him to be there. And yeah, I think we have, you know, Doctor Doom, maybe, you know, and yeah, one of the last bosses were probably gonna be Galactus, Thanos, and Annihilus. That's what I think. So that's basically it. Okay, that's all of it. That was a long video. Whatever it may be, I think this could be our lineup. I'm gonna write now all of the levels that I feel like are going to be in each boss I think could be there. You know, some of this I'm gonna like put a question mark because I don't know like which level it could be. You guys can tell me. But yeah, that's basically it. This is the video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. I want you guys to tell me in the comments what you guys think. Who are the villains? Who are the bosses we're gonna fight? Do you think like it's actually gonna be like TMNT Shredder's Revenge where there's gonna be a boss every level, or do you think there's gonna be like just a couple of bosses? Tell me which bosses that you want to see in there, which bosses you think are gonna be in there, you know, depending on the trailers. So, and yeah, that's the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and see you guys in the next video.